Exit your ship at once, Chief Sir Dap. Call out from the docking bay floor and leave your weapons aside. Inside the Falcon's cockpit, Camp glanced at Chewbacca, and he said, "If we ever want to be returned to Fornax Station, we should play nice. But if Star Dap's droids are anything funny, we will introduce them to our grand buzzer." Hand flicked a switch to set the Falcon's concealed blaster cannon on automatic. Chewbacca made a chuckling noise as he followed Han out of the cockpit. Han removed his blaster pistol from the holster at his side and left it on the main hold. They lowered the Falcon's landing ramp and walked down it. They faced Sudap and his droids. One of their droids was carrying a blastoid box. Smodap pointed at the Falcon and said smugly, I suppose you are flying barber shop? And shrugged. The close shave gets us where we have to go, he said. Smodap grinned and said, I found something interesting in your locker at the storage center. He cashed it to the droid who carried the box. The droid toted it and dumped the abandoned grooming supplies onto the floor. Han rolled his eyes and stared hard at Chewbacca and said under his breath, I told you we should just throw that stuff out, but no, you have to leave it in the locker. Chewbacca lowered his head and whimpered, Impatient? Smodap said, Where did you leave these things? And replied, Well, don't take this wrong way, Chief, but some Wookiees think if other people touch their stuff, their stuff gets spoiled. Chewbacca whimpered again. Because you held his best comb earlier, and continued, he thinks you spoiled all his supplies. I told him to chuck it all, but he left everything in the locker because he thought someone else might find a good use for them. Smodap snickered. That's quite a story, he said, but there's just one problem with it. The storage center droid clerk told me that you left carrying a full bag. Han shook his head. The clerk's mistaken, he said. Really? The Smodap said. He smiled, displaying several crooked teeth. There has been a theft on Fornax Station. That's why I ordered flight control to stop all ships from leaving. Would you know anything about a missing wedding gown? Han raised his eyebrows. Wedding gown? He glanced at Chewbacca and decided to tell the truth. Now that you mention it, we did hear a dame whimpering that someone had stolen hers. It's worth a fortune. Chief Sudap said it's made of Italian silver silk because they were transporting Lasha silk or Jabba. Both Han and Chewie were surprised to hear the word silk, but they didn't show it all. Han said, I guess that explains why the bride-to-be was so upset. Sudap smiled at Han and Chewie. It wasn't a pleasant smile. He said, You remain here. while I inspect your ship. If you move, you'll be shot. Smodap gestured to one security droid, which promptly aimed its blaster rifle hand and the Wookiee. The other droid followed Smodap up the Falcon's landing ramp and into the ship. Keeping his eyes on the droid that guarded them, Chewbacca grunted a question to Han. "Don't worry about Jabba's container," Han whispered back. "His silver safe. I can't say we have nothing to hide, Chewie, but I can say that Smodap won't find it." Less than 3 minutes later, Smodap and the droid stepped out of the Falcon. The droid was carrying Chewbacca's travel bag. Had noticed the travel bag appeared to be no longer empty. He also noticed the security officer's own boots and have not been polished recently. The droid held out the bag and Smudap reached into it. He pulled out a gown. Chewbacca snarled and replied, "That's not my size either." And this is a Adventures in Space. Continually, the title is Fire Ring Race. And so far, if you particularly have enjoyed it, please listen, and I will continue. But right now, no. Welcome, and wait for the next installment for Chapter 7. Richard Todd signing out.